So today I'm thinking about tight stomachs and how have you ever noticed if you have a dog, like their stomachs are almost never tight, just soft, especially if they're very chill like Pico. So if your stomach always feels kind of held in or guarded, tight, even when you're trying to relax, it may not be digestion, it may not be that you're trying to support your back, it may actually be protection. So in this video, I want to look at why does the belly even hold tension? And how does that connect to the nervous system? How can we learn to be more in line with our natural rhythms, just like dogs are, or animals are when they're in a state of peace? How can we connect our awareness of tension to our nervous system? And what are some simple ways to help the body soften without forcing it? Because if your body is bracing, I promise you it's doing it for a reason. And the solution isn't to override, it's to understand what's going on. Hi, I'm Dr. Melanie Carlone, physical therapist, somatic practitioner, and a lifelong learner who's deeply interested in how the body organizes around stress, around safety, and how to heal. So welcome back. Today we're talking about something I hear all the time, often in conjunction with back pain, and that is my stomach just won't relax. And the first thing I want you to know is the body isn't doing something wrong or broken. It's doing something really specific. So the question then becomes, if your belly's tight, what is it trying to protect? What is it doing? The belly is one of the most common places in the body to hold tension. There's a lot of reasons for that. When we're younger, often digestion, food was really related to the environment around us and safety and knowing that we would be taken care of. So you might notice if you're holding your stomach in, if your abdomen just feels firm or guarded all the time, or even if it's just hard to take a full breath and your rib cage feels really stiff, and it happens even when you're lying down, sitting, driving, it isn't just a posture problem. It's often a protective pattern. And the body is bracing the front side of itself to feel stable and prepared, especially in moments when it's stressful or there's pressure to get things done or there's emotional discomfort or we just feel like we need to stay in control. So if your belly's bracing to protect you, why would it let go just because you tell it to relax? It's a primitive reflex. It isn't just a muscle area. The belly's directly connected to your organs, protecting the organs, your diaphragm, your breath, your whole nervous system. And if your sense of internal safety isn't soft and open, then that becomes tight. And when the system gets under stress and the belly gets tight, the breath gets higher, you can't breathe fully, the abdomen doesn't open, the diaphragm just becomes more or less mobile. And when the abdomen wall tightens to create stability, it can feel like control, but over time you can't breathe well. So the depth gets shortened, the movement of your spine starts to get limited, overall ease starts to decrease. And importantly, over time, this can lead to pain, weird pain in the spine, in your belly, in your chest. So if you notice your breath is restricted and your belly holds, what happens if you try to stretch it without actually changing the breath? How do you work it all together? So a lot of people try to fix it by stretching or forcing a deep inhale or pushing the belly outwards, doing up dog in yoga. But if the nervous system still perceives the need to tense, it's not going to change just because you told it to. It might for a moment, but if you noticed, even if you stretch it, it goes back to the way it was, because it didn't get the signal of safety. And the goal of your whole system is not flexibility, it's safety. So instead of forcing things to relax, what can we do to help the system feel safe enough to soften? The first thing is notice. So before we go any further, just check in. Are you holding your belly right now? Are you pulling it in slightly? Or is there space? Is it soft? Don't judge it, just notice it. And if it's something that you deal with, drop a comment and let me know, because a lot of people carry this without even realizing it, and let's shift it together. So you can do this seated or lying down. First, just orient, let your body be supported. And let your eyes gently look around the room and let your head follow. Notice color, shape, light. And keep breathing into the low back ribs. Let your system register and orient to where you are. Eyes move first, breathing in the low back ribs. Let your head follow. And sometimes I do it too fast. Just go slowly. And notice what happens inside when you just register presence. Let your system just register where you are, because the body starts to feel safe, grounded. You're connecting your consciousness to your physical body. And when you do that, just notice what happens to the need to brace. You may notice things getting softer. And let's really bring attention to the low back rib breathing. So place your hands on the sides of your ribs or lean back against the chair and feel them, and take a slow breath into the low back ribs. Not forward in the belly, but back and sideways. Let your back widen gently and exhale slower than you inhaled. And do that 4 or 5 times. This allows a deep movement of the diaphragm without pushing, without forcing. The guarded front begins to soften. Breathing in the low back. Maybe you're still moving your eyes, because when your belly can move without pressure and the breath moves from the back to the front, what happens? Bring your attention to your abdomen. Don't try to change it. Just feel it. Feel the temperature. Is it warm, cool? Feel the pressure. Notice the movement of the breath. Let yourself become aware of any tension you hold in the belly. And now, as if to honor the protector, the holder, I want you to do something really important. I want you to take a moment to notice the tension and gently, consciously tense it a little bit more. Not hard, just enough. And slowly enough to send the message into the nervous system. I see you consciously. I see you. I'm fully here. And notice where else, as you tense, the tension connects. And maybe tense those areas as well. Oftentimes our adductors, our hips get involved. All of this really gently. And as you tense, hold gently, and now slowly release to a count of like 5 slow moments. 5, releasing 4, releasing 3. As you release 2, let the breath keep rippling into the belly. 1, back ribs to front without forcing expansion. Think about it as allowing, not pushing. And let's do it one more time, okay? So, noticing where the chronic tension is, where you hold it. Keep breathing in the low back. Maybe let your eyes be to the side softly. And softly exhaling, tense. Keep breathing. Tense the place that you hold. And feel where else it connects and pull. Maybe it's the perineum. For women, maybe it's the vaginal muscles. Or men, it's that pull up that happens when you step in cold water. Just pull and feel. But keep breathing. Honor the protector, the one that's been holding you. And now softly let go. 5. Breathing 4. Releasing 2. Smooth as you can. 1. And let go, let go. And you may notice there's some subtle softening. Maybe not yet. Both is okay. But just notice. Because if the body feels watched and listened to instead of forced, what happens when you bring yourself to yourself? This is a profound element of trauma-informed somatic care, compassion. All right, let's do some circular movements, very, very powerful. Imagine your pelvis like a clock. 12 is in the front and 6 o'clock is behind you, okay? Now gently rock your pelvis towards 12, breathing in, low back ribs, and back towards 6. Let the belly come in, tense, and let it be small. Inhale to 12, Exhale to 6. Let the breath follow the movements. Okay, come back to center. And now side to side. 9 to 3. Let the breath follow. Breathing one way, exhaling the other. All right, now come back to the center. Come up to 12, and now travel slowly towards 3. And as you do this, see if you can stay relatively still from the diaphragm up. So don't do this with your body. Stay pretty still. But let yourself move. Exhale towards 3, down to 6. Breathe out, tipping the pelvis back. Then begin the inhale as you travel towards 9 and come back to 12. And do it again. 12 to 3, exhaling, slow, down to 6, over to 9, inhaling, slow. Just notice the belly, breathing in the low back. And now go the other way. From 12 over to 9, exhaling to 6. Notice if one way feels easier than the other, over to 3, back to 12, and do it again. Just notice this small focus on the clock underneath your sit bones. This introduces motion without demanding anything. And come back to center. Because when movement feels safe, what's happened to the pattern of holding in your body? Just pause. Notice your belly. Is it still gripping? Is there more space? Notice your breath. Is it different? Those subtle shifts really matter. That's the nervous system, the deepest part of the nervous system responding to you. We didn't force the belly to relax. We widened awareness with orienting, shifted the breath to the low back, brought attention without pressure, even introduced movement and focus into the protector muscles themselves. We did some circular motions with breath. Each one of those things tells the nervous system, you don't have to hold this right now, I'm with you. And when the nervous system, the primitive system, believes that, the protector pattern will soften. So if you've been holding your belly for years, what helps it to change and stay shifted? It isn't about one perfect session. It's about repetition. It's about small repeated inputs in real life. So there's easy ways to do what I call tiny habits. And that's where you link a behavior you want to instill to something you do naturally anyway. So do it in different practices. Maybe you're sitting at a red light and you remember. Put one hand on your belly, breathe in your low back, and just do some gentle spirals. Just notice. Or in the morning when you sit at the edge of the bed and you get out of bed. That's the time to actually do it before you stand up, before you check your phone. 3 slow pelvic rocks, soft exhale. Just let the belly go. When you're in the bathroom, hands on the sink, feet on the floor, take a breath into your back ribs and let the front soften on the exhale. These are micro moments that over time teach a nervous system that's held a pattern a new baseline. The belly doesn't have to be forced to open. It learns over time and with repetition that it's safe to let go. So if your belly's been tight or guarded, hard to relax, you're not doing something wrong. Your body is ever always trying to protect you. And when you approach protecting with curiosity, something shifts. Softness becomes possible. Your breath deepens, and the system begins to trust again. And we know about trust when we're well cared for little dogs. So if you want to share something in the comments, I'd love it. If this kind of work resonates with you, please like this video, subscribe, share, because it's that allows me to keep putting out content and have you come back over and again. And the next time we're going to get into something very specific and common, and that's inner thigh and hamstring tightness. So what if your body may actually be protecting there? So until then, move with kindness, breathe with awareness, and trust your body is ever always trying to help you. Soften before you strive. I'll see you guys later.